Vanakkam. Today's video is about expenses in London. So there are three types of expenses which all should experience whenever they are coming in London. The first expenses is the living cost, that is the rent for the flat or house in which you are going to stay. The second expenses is the travel commute expenses, whatever you're traveling for the office purpose from your house to your office and back from office to house on daily basis. And also in weekends you will be traveling to some of the tourist places or visiting some of the places in London. The third cost is the grocery expenses for the day-to-day food. So these are the three types of expenses which is mandatory whoever is coming to London and staying here. So this video I am making for the benefit of the people who is traveling to London newly, especially for the first time to London, because a few subscribers have commented and asked about what are the expenses they are going to travel to London shortly, and they were asking the details about what are the expenses. So that is why I'm creating this video in detail, where I'm going to explain about all the expenses in London for the basic needs and also the approximate cost what it would be. Welcome to a4e channel. If you are visiting the channel for the first time, please subscribe the channel and please do follow us on Instagram and Facebook. First, we can see about the rental expenses. So before explaining about how much is the rent, I will explain about the type of houses or flats available in London. So usually here they call it as studio flats, 1 bedroom flats, 2 bedroom flats and 3 bedroom flats. So the studio flat is the one where the living room and kitchen and bedroom, everything in a single room, and you will have an additional toilet and bath. And this is studio flats. And second thing is 1 bedroom flat. 1 bedroom flat is nothing but where the living room consists of living room and kitchen, and there will be an additional bedroom separately. So a studio flat with an additional bedroom is a single bedroom flat. The similar way, the 2 bedroom flat is the living room along with kitchen, and there will be two separate bedrooms. So usually in London, in studio flats or 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom flats, you will be seeing the living room along with kitchen. In few flats only the kitchen will be separate and the living room will be separate. So that is the model of the houses and flats designed in London. So here in the rental expenses, the main thing which we need to consider is the rental expenses and the utility bills. So there are two types of charges here. That is, in the rent, most of the houses, they will only charge the rent, and the utility bills we need to transfer in our name and we need to pay separately. Whatever the utility bills we are consuming, according to that we need to pay separately. Few of the houses, they will include the utility bills along with the rent, and they will charge you a fixed rent, and which includes all the utility bills. So these are the two types of how they charge: the rent alone and utility bills we need to pay, and rent with inclusive utility bills. So what are the utility bills? So basically the utility bills here is the first thing is electricity, second thing is gas, third thing is water, fourth thing is council tax, and fifth is broadband. These are the separate bills which you need to pay in whatever house or flat you stay here. You need to transfer the utility bills in your name, and you need to pay the monthly bills according to the charges, according to whatever you're consuming. So I have a separate video which explains you about all the utility bills in details. So I will give the link in the description and share the link in the video code as well. You can watch that video to understand how the utility bill works. Usually they will say the rent in London is very high when compared to India. It's true. It's because the main reason is in London all the houses are coming with a fully furnished house. So for example, in kitchen, if you see, it will be a modular kitchen with a complete covered storage area in it, and also there will be only in few houses there will be gas stove, and most of the houses will be electric hob fitted in it. And you can also see the fridge and also the washing machine, which is inbuilt fixed inside the kitchen. So all the houses will be having the fully fitted kitchen along with the fridge and washing machine, and few houses will also be having the dishwashers for the washing the vessels. And if you see in the living room also you will be getting the sofa, dining table, and a TV table, and also storage area and lamps. And if you see in the bedroom, you will be getting a storage cupboard, cot and a bed, and also with along with small tables in it for storage. So in London, most of the houses, all the houses are with coming with the fully furnished house. That's why the cost of living or the rent in London is little higher when compared to other cities in London. Sorry, other cities in UK. So usually whoever comes in London are going to rent a house, they can come along with only their personal things and the dresses. So they need not to buy anything for the house as a furniture kind of thing, because all the houses will be fully furnished in London. So in Tamil movies, they will used to say comedy dialogue like "நீங்க வந்தா மட்டும் போதும்." The same way, if you come alone, it's enough. All the furniture will be available in all the flats in London. So I will explain approximately how much the rent it would be for the studio flats, one bedroom and two bedroom, like whatever the type of the flat it may be. So as I explained you earlier, the types of flats, the rent is also mainly depends on the other factor in which locality it is. That is, in London, they have divided the city into different zones. That is, the central London is zone 1, and there will be zone 2, zone 3 till zone 6. So they have divided the city in such a way like central London is zone 1 and the outer part is zone 6. So if you stay in most of the working office location, it would be on the central London. All the offices is in central London, so in zone 1. So houses are also there from zone 1 to zone 6. So if you take the house for rent in zone 1, the rent is very high, and if you go to zone 2, it is lesser than zone 1. If you go to zone 3, it is lesser than zone 1 and zone 2, like that. If you go beyond the zones from the central London, if you go far away, your rent will be little coming lesser, it will be diminishing. So the main factor of the rent is the first thing is in which locality, either you're taking in zone 1 or zone 6, which zone you're going to take. And the second thing is what type of flat you're taking, either it is a studio flat or one bedroom or two bedroom, whatever it may be. So the rent is depending on these two factors. So approximately the rent would be starting from studio flats, it's around £1,000, and varying between, for one bedroom it's around 1,200 to 1,400 or 1,500, and for two bedrooms we're starting from 1,300, 1,400 till 1,800, and three bedrooms it's nearly 2,000 and plus. So approximately it would be £1,000 till £2,000 when you compare this as in Indian price. So approximately £1,000 means 1 lakh rupees, £2,000 means 2 lakh rupees. So approximately the rent in London is approximately between 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees per month. It depends on the flat in which zone you're taking and also the type of flat. It's all approximate because each and every flat and each and every location the rent is getting differed. Even the newer flats, the rent will be little high. In the same locality, in the same zone, you will be getting little lesser rent houses where the flats are little older and the buildings are little older. So it's purely depend on the flat. So I cannot judge and say the exact amount of the rent. So it is an approximate cost between 1,000 to 2,000 pounds depending on these two factors. This is the rent for the houses or flats in London. Next, we can see about the travel expenses. So the travel expenses also mainly depends on the mode of transport in which you are going to travel. So there are different types of transport in London. That is, you can take a bus transport, or you can take an underground train which is called as tube in London. And there are the national rails called TfL rails, and DLR trains are there. And also there are overground trains where there is no connectivity between the tube stations. You have the overground trains. So most of the commute will be on the underground, because the underground is connected between all the locations in the London. And it will be much faster to travel rather than the bus route, because the bus route you will be going on the roadways, which will consume the timing, but the underground trains will go in very shortly for the distances between two cities in London, sorry, two places in London. So the travel expenses is purely depend on the zone 1 to zone 6. That is, if you're traveling from zone 1 to zone 2, it's a little less. If you're traveling from zone 1 to zone 3, it is little higher than the previous travel. If you're traveling from zone 1 to zone 6 or zone 6 to zone 1, the travel cost is little higher. So the travel expenses is purely depends on two factors: the mode of transport, and also from which zone to which zone you are going to travel. So it purely depends on it. So the basic approximate expenses for travel for the office commute alone is, for the 1 month you will be expected to spend around £100 to £300. So I'm telling you about the approximate cost only, since it purely depends on the two factors which I explained. These are the travel expenses which you need to mandatorily spend when you stay and travel to office in London. Next, we can see about the grocery expenses. So the grocery expenses is purely depend on what are the groceries you are going to buy. And here we have the Indian supermarkets and also the supermarkets which is available in London. There are small supermarkets which is a kind of department store in India. And there are big supermarkets like Sainsbury's or Tesco in London. So in whichever supermarkets you buy, the cost would be, it differs, because in each and every shop the cost differs. So whatever products you're going to buy, you can find a nearby store. You can go and explore all the stores and find the best price for you, because in a big supermarket a particular product will be very less and a particular product will be a little higher. In the small supermarket, the product which you bought for the higher price in bigger supermarket, it may be less there, and the price which you got for the less in big supermarket, it might be higher. So you need to explore all the shops nearby and find out for which product you're going to buy regularly, which shop is suitable for you for the best price. So approximately for a two-member family staying in London, the grocery expenses would be approximately £300 to £400 per month. And if you stay as a family of four people, it costs around £400 to £600 approximately. So this grocery expenses is only I'm saying about the groceries which you buy and cook your food in home. And there is also additional expenses like when you go to hotel, because here it's not like India. That is, the cost of food which you buy in hotel is little, not little, it's much higher when compared to the Indian price. So for example, if I say a plate of idli in Sarna Bhavan, here is approximately 5 to 8 pounds, that is 500 rupees to 800 rupees. And a single chicken biryani or mutton biryani will cost from 7 pounds to 15 pounds, that is 700 rupees to 1500 rupees in hotels or restaurants here in London. So most of the people will avoid going to the hotels for food. Only occasionally they will go, and mostly they will cook their food in home. So the grocery expenses would be the mandatory expenses which you will be spending each month for your food when you cook in home. So in this video I have explained you about the expenses in London. In a short, I will brief you about all the expenses whatever I explained. So the first thing is the rental expenses. So the rental expenses is between starting from 800 pounds to 2000 pounds, that is rupees 80,000 to rupees 2 lakh rupees per month. It depends on the type of flat which you take and also the location in which you are going to take. Second thing, the travel expenses. The travel office commute expenses is between 100 pounds to 300 pounds approximately, that is 10,000 to 30,000 rupees per month for the office commute alone. If you're going out in the weekends, it's a separate and additional expenses. So approximately it is between 100 to 300 pounds. And third thing is the grocery expenses. The grocery expenses is somewhere between 300 to 600 pounds, that is 30,000 to till 60,000 rupees per month for a 2 to 4 member family staying in London. So I have explained you about all the mandatory expenses in London, and this video will be very helpful for the people who are traveling to London, that is newly for the first time. And the same expenses in London I have also explained in Tamil. Already the video is published in our channel, and I will give the link in the description and also in the video card. You can watch the video in the Tamil language as well. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you feel like this video is useful to your friends and family, please do share this video, and please do subscribe our channel and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Vanakkam.